Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I'm AmalgamAsh, and this is my cat. Can you hear that? She's very happy. Leave it in. We'll leave it in. We'll leave it in. Guess what? I want to show that you guys' patron money has gone places, and I've got a lot of stuff to do. I got a lot of stuff to cover. This is the first video I've recorded in like 2 weeks. I wasn't able to get to video recording at all last week. Had a bunch of very non-cool projects pop up that I had to take care of. It was kind of an emergency. We got the Mega Minutia Jam videos coming up for the games that were submitted. We've got some SGB stuff coming up. We've got some MV3D documentation coming up. We've got all kinds of stuff coming up. But I did want to show off one of the things that I got because I've seen a lot of these popping up at Walmart. There's this variety, and then there's the one that has the ring light included. And I wanted to get one, unbox it, see what it was like. So usually the video starts out different when it's, well, just if it's not too late. We're off to a great start. This is the Surf Onn Webcam. This goes up to 1440p video resolution. It is a 30 FPS video camera with autofocus. The reason I got this one and not the one with the ring light on it is because I firmly believe that the ring light that was on the other camera, yeah, it was like a 2-inch ring light, and it was going to be taking up oh so much power in the USB cable that could just better be left alone or routed to other ring lights that were bigger than 2 inches. Or if you're in a pinch, since this camera and that camera are the exact same price and you don't have any lighting at all, what's it gonna hurt? Get the one with the ring light. But if you have access to ring lights, like I do, then please don't worry about it. Get the one that's got the autofocus. It's made by Onn, which is the cheap Walmart brand of electronics, and so much stuff has been popping up at Walmart for streamers and recorders and content creators and things, and some of it is like too good to be true value. I don't know. I don't have a webcam that goes up to 1440p. I've never even heard of such a thing. Apparently they make them that go up to 4K, 8K. I knew that these resolutions were there, but like a webcam? No. Right? The Logitech 1080p webcam at Walmart is like $70. So how is it that this is $25? Well, this has been out for a while, but it only just hit my local Walmart recently. And I'm gonna just read off the specs for you tech nerds, you people who are like me and like to see these specs. Up to 1440p resolution at 30 FPS, which is a lie, and we'll get to that in a second, but not in the way that you expect. Auto low light correction, which you don't want. That shouldn't matter to you. You should be trying to light up your scene as much as possible. I've mentioned this before. Light is your friend if you are recording or photographing. Autofocus, that's kind of handy. An 85-degree field of view, you might find that that's useful. An adjustable base. USB plug and play, it's PC and Mac compatible. So you should just be able to plug this in and it works great. And that is my story. I plugged it in and it worked great. I've already opened the package and somewhat gotten this thing tangled up with my other USB devices already. This is it. Let's bring you in closer, huh? Yes, this is it. This is what you're getting. Doesn't seem like a big deal. I mean, it's got the exact same construction and design as so many other webcams. It just hooks over your monitor if you so choose. This has a tilt that's independent of the grippy part of it. You've got a little LED to let you know that it's recording. It's plugged in, and this is actually recording right now, and we'll switch over to it, the camera B, as it were, here in just a bit. And you've got your handy dandy little 1/4-inch, 1/4-20 threaded screw hole to mount it wherever you want. This can't sit up on my monitor. That's way too high, and I do not like the field of view from up there. But I will find a place for it, because when I stream, inevitably, I will be using this webcam. I do think that it is a lot better than my 1080p Logitech webcam, and I'll tell you why. The 1080p webcam, obviously that's a lower resolution, but Logitech likes to make their webcams really strenuous to control. They've got their own like app that you can download that will control the camera, but then like how do you incorporate that app into your workflow? You can definitely record videos using just that app. I don't like it though. I've never liked that stuff. I just want it to incorporate with the software that I'm already using. I don't want to use your proprietary crap. And Logitech drivers and stuff were always a pain in the butt for me to deal with as well. So sometimes I can see myself using the Logitech camera if I want, but I'm going to get used to this one and I'm going to use it. All right. And we'll switch over to camera B so you can see what this webcam looks like. Hi, how are you? Now, I've got this running through my NVIDIA graphics card right now. It is being processed, the footage is being processed live so that my graphics card can do some interesting things. One of the things that it can do is background replacement. And as you'll see on the screen record here, I have a little bit of control over the resolution, which why would I want it to go any lower? But it's stuck at 1920 by 1080. So that's, if you're using the video broadcast, be aware that's a thing that it does. It's going to limit this to, for some reason, 1920 by 1080 at 30 FPS. That's not the true resolution of this camera. But for whatever reason, you know, that's what we're stuck at. And I'm getting some weird, that's weird. But we can do some background replacement. And you can see that that works pretty well. I don't have a green screen, and I do want to share with you that I just bought a green screen kit. I withdrew my Patreon money to get something that I would be happy with, that I'd be able to scale out. So you'll be seeing some of that in the future. That's a little bit what I was talking about earlier in the month when I said I wanted a little bit more production value. Green screen was something I wanted to invest in just for streaming and some other purposes we'll get to later on when we get to them. The background replacement that NVIDIA gives you is pretty cool, but it would help a lot if you had chroma key. So if you had the background already behind you and it was already green and it was already well lit, you wouldn't see this weird flickering that you're seeing now. My graphics card is trying its best and it does a pretty good job. And it has to deal with my microphone too, because it actually handles noise cancellation in my microphone. But we can do more too. We can do background removal, which is the same thing as background replacement, except it doesn't put an image back there for us. We can do, what is auto frame? Oh, auto frame, yes. So auto frame is when you can move around and it will record and capture you at a much lower resolution because it's giving the illusion that it's following your face. And it kind of is following your face, but I mean, in reality, your face never leaves the frame. This is a feature in the video, though. It's not a feature of the webcam. We just want to focus on the webcam, right? Oh, we have video noise removal, too. This is new stuff. I haven't seen this before. Background blur. This is probably the best out of all of them. You're going to get the most use out of this if you've got NVIDIA broadcast. This is the most polished effect because now it's a lot more seamless. It's not as wonky. Of course, you can adjust the strength too, as you see. But anyways, this 1920 by 1080, that's not a fair representation of what this camera has. And I'll show you why. Check it out. This is webcamtests.com. You can do all kinds of things on this website. You can detect the true resolution limits of your webcam. You can basically, you come here to bench your webcams is what you do here. And then you can rate your webcam off to the side. You can let other people know kind of how it performs, what you like about it, what you don't like about it. You can help other people be informed customers. The true resolution of this webcam is a whopping 2,592 by 1,944 pixels. That's enormous for a webcam. It's absolutely not the 1440p that they describe on the box, and I have no idea why they would sell themselves short. When you're not using NVIDIA Broadcast and you're just allowing another application like this one, which is just a web browser, to access your camera, it actually allows it to have more. I don't know why that is, unless I was right in my guess that NVIDIA has got to apply effects and crap, so it caps it at a lower resolution. Frame rate here, though, is not 30 FPS. I noticed it's 25 FPS. This will give you some other bits and bobs of information too, like the aspect ratio being 1.333. So it's a 3:4 aspect ratio, or 3:4 aspect ratio. And we can full screen this on my 4K monitor and see me in all my glory. Versus, and I'm in full lighting here. I showed you all of my my ring lights earlier, my entire light setup. I've got a light on behind me, and I've got a series of lights on the track. They're all LED, so don't worry, I'm not going to be going bankrupt anytime soon. But I do think I'll turn off some of these lights just to give you an idea of what the low light conditions are like. One sec. I was going to sneak up on you, but you caught me. So we're still well lit. It still feels like I have a lot of resolution that I'm able to live in. And there's no telling how this is going to perform in anything else but the software that I'm using, because I'm just using Action 4K. I use Action 4K for all of my videos, every single video you've ever seen me take, except for the ones where I am exclusively using my phone outside or in my car. I'm using Action 4K. Action 4K screen records and gives me access to my microphone and records that into a nice, convenient, separate audio file. And when I use my webcam, Action 4K records my webcam and puts that in a separate file as well. So I usually record with my Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus, and I did that in the earlier section of the video, and I'm able to place that footage wherever I want. But I have to sync that with the audio of my microphone, which, by the way, I went back to the old Fifine because the JLabs Talk Go microphone, whatever it's called, I can't describe it. I went back to my Fifine to run a couple of tests, and although it was hard for me to hear the difference when I was comparing them before, it was very, very easy to hear the difference in quality when I went back. The Fifine is better. I know that'll make some Fifine fans happy, but I'm going to be a Fifine fan for a while now. Anyways, that is the Surf Onn camera, and I think the only thing I haven't done yet is show you the audio that it can record, so I'll switch over to that now.